All right, all right, all right, you three. Let's do this. So Dynamite, basically made a comment to us, and let me read it out. Let me read it out. It, we said our little thing in this big comment. Dynamite said, couldn't have said it better myself. I said, pass it along to everybody. I know a lot of them have sympathy for Amy, but I don't. Because if you're going to go through this many mental gymnastics for somebody without telling them how you feel, it's just pitiful. I simply don't, I simply have, I don't have, I simply don't have any pity, and neither does the council. Bugsy Prime, the leader of the council. And Dynamite says, I wouldn't want to be around her either. Mostly I sympathized with her in the beginning, but now she's not the Amy I look up to. She only sees us as stretched toys whenever she needs to crush us. And I wasn't raised to take that shit. Oh, Dynamite, if we were in that universe, I'd have broke her hammer right in front of her. I'd have been like, it's it's the B to the U to the GUY Bugsy. Leader of the council, the Middleman Institute. We'd have thrown her into a cell. Straitjacket her. Everything, the whole nine. She would not be able to do all that shit to any of you. We'd have been doing that. She would have been stuck in there for like weeks. Because you don't just do that shit to people. I don't care if you're mad. You don't take it out on everybody else because you fucked up. You don't want to treat Dexter like a child, and you. Oh, let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Megalo, cousin of Bugsy Prime, and the guy in the middle, that's Overlord. Yo, former evil Overlord of Everlon. And the guy at the bottom is Gamma Bugsy from the Gamma Bugsy universe. And we're the Bugsy Council. Well, at least half of us anyway. We couldn't bring the whole crew up in here. But yes. And yes, I am German. So. And yes, my lab coat is teal. Gadget like. My wife Gadget loves it. Anyways. So, the way we see Amy is like, she's not really sympathetic to to us, she doesn't really, like, when Rouge was crying about Shadow and how she, like, fucked everything up, Amy just ran away. Sonic was the dude that was pulling everybody together. But fucking Amy was like, no, I'm gonna just run away. This is too much emotion. I'd have been like, if we were there, we'd have been like, hey, Rouge, you love Shadow, right? You cared about him, right? Then tell him that. I know you're afraid to feel, but you should totally tell that man how you feel. Me and the boys will run interference. That's what we would have done. I'm telling you, if Amy really fucking went all postal on dudes, we'd have kicked her in the cell. We'd have been like, gun, you guys are out of your jurisdiction. I don't get why they didn't throw Amy in a jail cell for disturbing the peace. And violation of public property because that one dude's dragon got broken. And a bunch of other shit. And she's racist to green hedgehogs because of what Manic did. Like, I don't know. Like, if we were ever there in that particular universe, would any of us go into the Chow Cafe? I mean, I don't know. I would. Bugsy, I know you love chows, but even you couldn't handle Cream's fucking racism. If like, if like Tails' mom was racist against humans, I don't even know what it'd be like for us Chaos Lords. She'd probably say something about our wings, and you would go postal on her. No, Tails would not have a mother. That mom would be in the middleman's cell. We would have fed her to an entity. Okay, we probably wouldn't have fed her to an entity, but probably Milo. Milo would have been fed to an entity. What if, what if Rosemary? What if Maverick was Tails' father though? Like, what if things just went in a different way? Dude, that'd be funny as hell. But no, they wanted to be like, oh no, that is Tails. Like, Mr. Power is Tails' father, not Maverick. Ugh. Like, can I just say the Jared Cassowary show was just so stupid? Like, dude, this wannabe Steve Wilkos looking Cassowary motherfucker was out here going like, "You're this, that." I'm like, God dang, you guys didn't even have any fucking like actual things you could have used. Yeah, it wasn't really entertaining. But you know, it is what it is. I didn't see that. I didn't see that, guys. Well, how was that like? Well, Gamma, it was pretty. It was pretty stupid. Like another thing I want to like really talk about is that whenever, whenever, everybody on the Discord of the Super Head Talk Bro stuff, they give Amy a pass. I wouldn't. Because we deal with entities and other things like this every other day, I wouldn't have gave Amy a pass. I'd have said, you endangered everybody. You hitting people with hammers and shit. You're basically harming everybody just because you're angry. You think we're not gonna put you in a you think we're not gonna put you in a fucking cell until you calm down? You got another thing coming. I'd have broke that hammer right in front of her. I'll be like, what you gonna do now, Amy? What are you gonna do now? And if she tries to swing at me, I'm dodging it. And I'm getting her in a sleeper hole, and I'm be like, nah. We putting you in this cell, and you need to calm down, and we are giving you mandatory therapy. I don't give a fuck. This needs to end now. And I look at Cream, I'll be like, Cream, if you do anything fucked up while Amy is gone, you going in that cell too, little Miss Moby and racist. I may not like CC Turles, but I ain't gonna call nobody a monkey. It's racist to Saiyans, and it's racist to us Chaos Lords. It's like that's another way of you don't call us monkeys or crows. And don't worry, for those of you guys that are wondering where Frieza was, let's just say we won't have to worry about Frieza for another few weeks. Bugsy literally came up onto the ship and freaking like whooped Frieza's ass. That's why you guys don't see him anymore. Like he slapped Frieza out of his black form and just went and he just started whooping Frieza's ass all up and down his ship for like 5 hours. Worse than what Broly did. Broly beat him for like 1 hour. Bugsy beat him for like 5. I don't regret it, and I'm not sorry. Fucking Saiyan lives matter. Everybody's lives matter, man. Fucking, I don't care what Cream says. I feel like Vanilla has been teaching Cream some fucking wild ass shit, man. This ain't the vanilla. That ain't the vanilla. I still help with in our universe. I still help Vanilla with Cream, and I have a harem, but I am pretty close with Vanilla. I'm not gonna tell you how close. Just know that we're close. And and the Vanilla I know would never be this fucking, would never teach Cream to be racist for anything. Vanilla's the kind of person who, when I was like wounded because I crashed near her lawn. She literally found me, rushed me inside, put me in her bed, and nursed me back to health because my healing factor was going kind of slow that day. And I can't see a version of Vanilla that is that hateful towards every other species. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what this Rosemary says. I know that not all Mobians are racist. I didn't even think Mobian racism was a thing. But that's a whole different story. We're here to talk about Amy. I think, and one thing we need to talk about with Tails is Tails can't even have a moment to himself. And Tails is just listening to this rhetoric, which does kind of affect him and it probably does kind of discourage him from dating because he's scared of what freaking Rosemary would think if he dated somebody outside his own species. So that's why I think he's so picky about who he dates. Because it's like subconsciously like a Rosemary thing. And he doesn't have any friends outside of Sonic and Amy. Now let's be real. It's only Sonic and Amy. He thought it was Cream, but Cream just don't like him because of your fox. Which I think is doubly racist. Only wanted Tails when she was like wanting to do this plan. And all I gotta say to Cream is like, how do you like that plan, Creamy? Ain't doing so well now that you're watching Shadow's Kids, are ya? Bottom line, what we want to say is that they all need fucking therapy. Like, we need to have an episode where they're all just going to therapy. Whether that's group therapy or one by one. They need it. Like, I'm not even kidding. Overlord, got anything else? Got anything to say? I agree with you and Bugsy. Because it's like, Amy needs fucking therapy. Tails needs to actually gain some other friends outside of Sonic and the others that probably share his same interest. And Cream's a goddamn racist. How can someone as innocent as Cream get to be that racist? Like, how in the fuck is that possible? This vanilla probably be out here reading a certain book by a certain group in World War II. Nah. She wasn't reading. She probably was. Dude. That's fucked up. Probably. Or probably like the Mobian equivalent of it. That's even worse. That implies that World War II happened. But yeah. Either way, thank you for the comment. Thank you for the comment, Dynamite. I'm like, this Amy really does piss us off, and some of the other characters do too. But I'm glad that there's someone else trying to be. Let's be glad that we have other people that share our pain, because Amy is annoying, and me and the guys didn't feel like doing our usual full-on episode reaction, because Amy just got us that heated. The original like audio to what we had was really charged. We all started screaming. We had to stop because really we were gonna throw out our voices, and it was gonna be really, really fucked up if we just kept going. So yeah. We'll see you later, and thank you for the comment, Dynamite. Well, thank you for the reply.